much, Mr. Puneet Anand, for joining us today, joining us for this interaction with Express Drives. And thanks a lot for your time. And it's been a tough time for all of us, especially the automotive industry. I mean, for any manufacturing industry, the COVID-19 crisis has really hit the sector hard. And today, the idea is that a lot of our viewers who are interested in cars and especially Hyundai cars have a lot of queries, because as we get back to what people say a new normal, there will be a lot of changes. So that is the idea. We'll try and get those insights from you, and what can prospective buyers of Hyundai cars expect in the coming days. Big question that a lot of viewers have is new models. Now, a lot of people are waiting for the new Hyundai i20. Because of this crisis, what is the change in the Hyundai i20 launch timeline, or is there no change? What to expect?
So as we said that yes, Hyundai i20 has been one of the most successful premium hatchback of this country. Yes, people are looking forward to this car, and we are very confident that with the support of the country, with the support of the people, and with a strong backup as far as our organization is concerned, I think we should be able to make the people taste this model as soon as possible within this year. So we are working very hard as a company to ensure that we are able to give the product to the time to our customers in the time as has been prescribed. So I think let the viewers wait for this product. It's a great product, and I'm sure this will be further one of the biggest launches of the year as far as Hyundai is concerned.
With this COVID-19 pandemic crisis, there's a lot of focus on digital, that is online sales. And how much of your overall sales do you see coming from online in the next few months or this year?
So, Arpit, actually, it's a very, very vital question, and I think there is no answer to this right now. Why? Okay. Now, when we see, we were the first company to introduce a product called as the Click to Buy or the CTB platform. In fact, way back in 2019, we had launched this program as a pilot in some of the key dealerships in the area of Delhi. And as you may know, in this year 2020 Auto Expo in New Delhi on 6th of February, we had formally launched this platform, and we have shared with all our media friends and also with the customers. Today, as we speak, during the ongoing pandemic, we are very, very happy to share that all our dealers are now equipped to handle all the queries coming from the Click to Buy platform. But having said that, car buying experience also is an experience which needs certain physical contact points. Now, obviously, Click to Buy is one of the most comprehensive platform as far as auto industry is concerned, because right from the evaluation of the product, the inquiry of the product, the knowledge on the product, to applying for the online loan, online finance, and also doing the price negotiations online, and also looking for a digital test drive at your home, and also the delivery at the comfort of your home. All of this can be managed through Click to Drive. So people have started utilizing this. We are getting very good response. But as you know that currently we are in a lockdown till 17th of May. So there will be some time where we'll be able to give you the kind of percentages. But yes, in India, Hyundai has a very strong CRM background, and I can say that till last year, 11% of our retails, which were happening, almost 11 to 15%, were actually happening on the online platform only. We were the first one to launch the online booking way back in 2018 with the launch of the all new Centro. And I think with the Click to Buy platform now coming active, this will be one of the biggest advantage which our customers will be finding. And I think they will find this also the new normal, because people have started using the digital platform, the online social media, and also the e-commerce facilities on a very large extent. And I think this will be one of the potent tools which will be very important, and we will be very confident that once the customer comes on this, he will be really hooked onto our Click to Buy platform.
Creta was expected, a lot of people expected Creta to be a big hit. Unfortunately, the timing coincided with this crisis. How has the response been for Creta? What have been the numbers, and what is your expectation in the coming months?
So, first of all, Arpit, even though this pandemic is going on, but I can tell you that Creta is already a very big hit. We launched this car on 16th of March. And yes, immediately after that, next week, we had to see the lockdown thing. But the customer bookings, are very, very strong with us. We have more than 20,000 bookings still as on yesterday. And I'm sure that once the plant opens and we are able to churn more and more Cretas and deliver it to our dealers who will further retail it, our booking register and our backup will be very, very strong. And Creta is something which I think is a model which doesn't need any explanation, which don't needs no introduction. It is always a hit, and I'm sure with the love and affection of the people, the Creta 2.0 will also be one of the biggest hit of the year 2020. Yes, there are challenging times, but they say that challenging times call for challenging measures. So we are ready for all that. Some of our dealers, almost 260, which have already opened, have started contacting the customers whose bookings are pending with us. And I'm sure very soon these bookings will be delivered to the customers at their residence as per the Government of India norms. And then we will continue to produce more and more and deliver to our customers. So, yes, even though there is a lockdown, but Creta 2.0 is still a very big hit. And we are very confident that this product will be a game changer again for Hyundai.
Given that the virus is going to be with us for a while and social distancing will continue, there's a lot of expectation that people will now buy individual cars. Your views, do you see that as being a contributor to higher sales?
So actually, Arpit, you are to some extent, I would say that you are right with the kind of social distancing and the kind of fears which have come into the minds of the people, especially as far as shared mobility and public transport is concerned. I'm sure that certain segment of customers would like to invest in private transport, not only in the low end but also in the premium end, where you have the children who are going to the school and colleges on public transport. There also the tendency of the parents will be to see that the customers or the child normally will travel in a private transport. So I think these are the two areas where I see some people investing in the private mode and investing more in the cars. However, still it is a little premature. We have to see how the customer behavior and the customer attitude changes post the lockdown and post the COVID era. But yes, to some extent, I would see improvement as far as the private ownership is concerned. But let's not even say that the shared mobility is a pass, because very soon I really hope that the providers of the shared mobility will also come up with some unique innovative solutions which will give a lot of confidence to the customer. Yes, you can use this platform, it is very safe, it is sanitized. And in fact, I have seen certain cases, just to be on the lighter note, even in certain places the auto rickshaws and the car people have actually started doing some kind of a partition within their norms, like in buses, etc., so that people can utilize it. So it's a good thing, and every time thing calls for an innovation. I'm sure there will be innovation both in private transport as well as in the public transport. So we'll wait for the times to come. We'll wait for the people to really choose. But yes, I would definitely say that there will be a slight increase as far as the personal ownership of cars is concerned, and largely the low end of the customers will be the ones who will be buying it as a private transport, and we see great focus on small cars happening in the future.
Just as continuing this same question, like you said, there could be an increase, especially for small car sales, new car or used cars. What do you see a larger prospect for? New car sales to be increasing or used cars?
No, actually, see, used car is always a very strong platform. Hyundai also has a very strong used car business. But at the same time, I think customers would like to also invest in a small car, a new car, because one thing is there that you also get a strong support from the manufacturer. One of the biggest challenges which I would see is how people react to the after sales, because sales is one-time phenomena, but service operations are also very important. I also see that the tendency of the customers will be to largely go to the dealer owned or tier one workshops, because there all the norms of social distancing, cleanliness, sanitization, etc. will be observed. So I think that will be one area to see. And since the people will be more confident on the manufacturers which have a very, very strong and robust service platform, I think there will be more tendency of the people to buy new cars, because they will get them almost 3 to 5 years of warranty period, free service operations, and also a commitment that they are investing in a big brand, and also they are assured of the next 5 years of support as far as sanitization, social distancing, and various other norms are concerned. Used car market always is very important. It will also grow, but the focus right now largely of the persons, especially the first time buyers, would be to buy a new car, because he will get many other added facilities when he invests in a new car.
Many people have this doubt that now with the new guidelines, social distancing, a lot of people have this doubt: will they be able to get a test drive at dealerships? And if they do get a test drive, will it be safe to do it? So from Hyundai's perspective, what's your answer on that?
You are very, very absolutely, bang on this. There will be some challenges as far as test drives and other things are concerned. But I think, as and when, things will improve, the test drive also, the model will change. We have already issued SOPs to our dealerships in terms of how to sanitize their showrooms, how to sanitize their workshops, how to sanitize the customer lounges, right from the time customer comes inside the showroom, how the sanitizer has to be given to him, how the social distancing, mask usage, everything is already now being provided to our dealers also. And even in the car, there will be places wherein the co-passenger or the person who will be there will be sitting in the back seat. The customer will be the one who will be test driving the car, so that there is a distance which is maintained. And also the steering wheel, the gear lever, all will be sanitized before the car is given to the customer. So all these strong measures, usage of gloves, usage of masks, will be there, because there is no way you can duplicate the experience and the thrill of a physical test drive. Obviously, those cars which are already being sold for long years and people know how these cars are there, they will definitely, may not go in for test drive rather than just going for a purchase. But especially cars like the Creta, the Venues, which are the new age models where the customer needs the thrill of driving, I think there we will have to, make changes as far as the test drive model is concerned. And we are already ready for it. If you see our dealerships as and when the things will open, you will see they will all be prepared to give a very, very sanitized and a very unique customer confident test drive experience.
How has the response been for the new Verna? It was always a strong player in the segment, but again, Verna's launch also came in at this challenging time. So, how has the response been, and what can we expect?
No, so you are right. Actually, Verna was a product which actually was launched within the pandemic, because the car is already ready. We had sent it to the showrooms also. And now we are very, very closely following up with the customers, because this was one area where we had not done any kind of, soft launch or a digital launch, because of the various norms which were put down by the government. But once the lockdown opens, we are also looking at enhancing our test drives and also enhancing the showroom display cars, and also doing lot of online innovative programs, giving the comparison videos to the customers. We are also, sharing some strong stories about the Varna history, how it has become one of the most loved sedan of its profile, and also the how we can ensure some kind of customer home experiences through the various dealership operations. So it's just a matter of time before which we can, really make Varna also known, visible, and made visible to all the people of this country. And I think these are some of the areas where we will invest. So obviously, Creta, Varna, Venue, these remains one of our top models. And post 17th May, hopefully once the national lockdown gets more eased out and we see more and more opening up of the showrooms and the workshops, I think this will be one area where we will further strengthen, and very confident that Varna is a product which will be loved again, and you will see lot of new things coming from Hyundai platform for this product also.
Is there any number for the Verna bookings? How many bookings you have as of now?
Because we just recently actually officially launched the Varna, and still we are, looking at various figures, and we are also looking at how dealers are getting, because some dealers also got some offline bookings. So we'll collate that, and definitely we'll share with all the media people also.
So, Anand, do you think Hyundai will be able to fully utilize its plant capacity with the combination of maybe increased exports and domestic consumption?
Actually, if you say financial year, yes, because financial year in our case, is till the next year, next March 2021. So yes, but that's still almost, you can say, 10 months to go. Already, when we discuss, our factory has started operating with 50% manpower, and our some of the vendors, tier one vendors, have already started. Now, if everything goes well, if the situation improves the way we are seeing it, I think maybe a couple of months that we should be back on the complete track, and another couple of months that we should be looking at good production volumes. So yes, looking at the current situation, I'm confident that we should be able to bounce back as an industry as a whole, so that we can look at a very, very sizable operations as far as the manufacturing is concerned. And I think government also is very, very focused on this. We have been seeing some very positive statements coming from the Ministry of Road Transport, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. They are also looking at strengthening the economy, and some more packages are being awaited from the government, which will further augur well for the industry. So I think again a little wait, but I'm sure that future will be bright for India, because India, the biggest advantage is that the penetration of cars still is on a very low platform. So there is a pent up
Yes.
demand. There is a desire for the people to own car. And I think if we are able to understand and address those desires, the volumes definitely will be there. And India anyway is one of the most promising economies overall in the world, where car industry should shine in the future also, both four wheelers as well as two wheelers.
So, Anand, like you earlier said, the government response to the pandemic in terms of health, in terms of saving lives, has been quite nice and laudable. Now, as far as the government's response towards an economic revival is concerned, there are a lot of mixed views around that, given what the government has done till now. So, what is your view on that, and what are your expectations as as a major automotive manufacturer in the country? What do you expect from the government in the coming times?
So first of all, I think government, has taken a very, very strong stance of doing the lockdown right from 22nd of March. No, that was very important because India, is a very vulnerable country as far as health is concerned. We are a big population, and many of the population living in areas which, have those social challenges, social distancing. Now, if we had not taken this, path which the government has taken, probably we would have been looking at, in my own, thought, we would have been looking at a very, very serious situation. I will not name the countries, but if we look at certain Western countries, some of the most mechanized economies, we have seen the kind of challenges, the kind of cases, the kind of deaths which have happened over there. Can India as a country afford such kind of, deaths or cases? No, because our health system is vulnerable. We are a large country. The education and the location of the people is a big challenge. So I think to some extent, in the last couple of months, with the government support, we have been able to ramp up our health facilities. With the support from the private organizations like Hyundai, we have also gone and donated a lot of safety equipment and also testing kits. So I think this has now strengthened the backup of the government. Now the government is slowly coming up. They are opening up the industry and economy. And yes, the cases are bound to increase. There will be some, proliferation in the numbers as we have been seeing in the last week or so. But now the government is more prepared to handle such unforeseen circumstances. So, yes, it gives us a confidence that we are ready to face the challenge on a very strong footing. The second thing is that the people also in the last couple of months have realized that this is something which they have to live with. So that mental acceptance of the challenge also has become part of the daily life now. Whether it's a worker, whether it's a professional, whether it's a plumber or a technician, or even a person like us who's working in an organization, understand that this is not a small challenge, it's a big challenge. And the mindset is already become tuned to accept these challenges in the future. And I'm sure government already announced they will be announcing some package for MSMEs. They'll be further announcing some package for the industries. And I'm sure with the collaborative support of all the trade bodies and the government put together, we should be looking at some sizable support coming for the industry. And the industry also, once they start opening up, in fact, once the revenue start trickling, that also will add to the betterment of the society. Because, it's a holistic thing. A nation is made of small, small people. It is made of the citizens, and the citizens and the organization. If the organization from the grassroots start working well, I think as a government, we all can really look at a very bright future. Yes, to some extent, the decision to open some areas, were something which were questioned by some of the authorities. But I think everybody has to look at economy, excise, GST collection. And I'm sure now that the government has also initiated some noble areas wherein some kind of e-commerce activities have been, worked upon, so that people do not start crowding certain areas. I think those are some things which probably are a learning, and the government has also taken due steps in that case. And yes, the opening of the economy in a phased manner is something which will be very, very important for the industry. And we are looking forward to 17th and 18th May, once we see further opening up of these restrictions.
And before the coronavirus crisis hit the world, uh, in the entire world, especially India, there was a lot of buzz around electric vehicles, and Hyundai itself was very active in terms of electric vehicles. Now, do you see, after we emerge from this crisis of after the lockdown, do you see a negative impact on electric vehicles, wherein probably their adoption could be pushed back in terms of timeline a little bit?
So actually, Arpit, see, electric vehicle even before the corona, it was a very promising situation. The government also is working very strong on this. But still in India, the volume, unless and until there is a mass EV which comes, which we already announced that somewhere in 2021, 2022 we will launch. India may not see that kind of a drastic volumes as we have seen in the traditional fossil fuel cars. So even though the pandemic would not have come, this year also, the number of cars which would have seen as the electric vehicle is concerned still may not be that sizable amount as we are, because we are a large economy. 2018, we were looking at 3.3 million people. We had 3.3 million cars were already sold. Yes, last year it was a challenge and we closed at 2.9 million. But this cycle of EVs definitely needs some time. And whether it is a pandemic for 6 months or 7 months, yes, there will be some cycles. The investment of the companies probably take a backstage. But I think we are looking at a horizon in the next couple of years. And I'm sure because this is a very important fuel. Today, the world has also taught us that whatever happens, this pandemic also has some environmental impact. So the people have understood that, the government has understood, and although the cycle may have got dragged by a couple of months, but I think this is a good future. And we are all, gearing up for that mass EV launch. Once that happens, the adoption will also increase. And so the infrastructure. Because in electric cars, I think just by manufacturers making car may not be really sufficient. We also have to augur well as far as the infrastructure of this support facilities is concerned. So the charging stations, the battery, plants, the battery manufacturing units, the gigawatt factories, what we are talking about, the swapping of the batteries, and all those policies which the government was about to announce by, I think, May was the time when the EV policy was to be announced, although that may get little delayed now. So, yes, the cycle has become little longer, but yes, it's a fact, it's the future, it has to come, and it will come in India. And we are very, very strongly working on that. And as a strongly responsible organization with strong products like the Ionic, Kona, and many other electric, and not only electric but fuel cell vehicles under our belt, I think the future will be good, and we all together should work to ensure that this becomes a reality.
And like you said, you're working on the mass market electric car by about 2020 in the next couple of years. Now, if that is still on track, do you see the establishment of a healthy ecosystem, which you just referred to, by then? And because that is imperative for your mass market car to be successful. Do you see that happening?
So, Arpit, you're absolutely right. So, actually, as I said, that yes, the government policy announcement, which was to happen in the month of May, may slightly get postponed. So, we may look at some kind of 6 to 8 months kind of a delay period, which will be happening. But when a company or an organization makes a plan, every aspect of the world or every uncertainty is already taken care of. Now, all these things will happen. Today it's a pandemic, tomorrow it will be some floods, sometimes it will be earthquakes. But some of the R&D facilities which we have done or which we have achieved, I think those are a very confident stories. And I'm sure the government will also realize that going forward. In fact, now they are also, as I understand, that the NTPC is looking at buying certain fuel cell cars also to see how the fuel cell atmosphere can be arranged. So yes, every organization, every department, every company, every blueprint, every cog in the wheel is working towards that. So we are very confident that we'll be able to meet the timelines, and I think the customer will also appreciate, because today the customers want to exercise new technologies, they want to enjoy new features, and I think as and when the economy will improve, this infrastructure will improve, all the adoptions will become more faster. And as I said, 6 months, 8 months delay is something which normally will happen, but the focus should be that by 2021 we should try to arrest this delay as much as possible by accelerating the path of growth, either through economic measures or by various other activities.
And one last question, Mr. Anand. There has been a lot of buzz and especially a lot of praise as well from people from your recent move, wherein you had a 3-month EMI scheme, wherein you would be relaxing. Now, we have explained it in our stories, but I think this is a good platform to let our viewers know. There's a lot of doubts. Some people think that maybe it's a waiver. Some people think it's a delay. So, can you just let our viewers know what exactly is the relaxation with this 3-month EMI scheme?
So basically, Arpit, at certain times, there have to be certain drastic measures which should have been taken. Now, when we were looking at the future of the automobile business, we realized that there will be in India, considering the economic situation of many organizations, there will be cases where people might lose their job or some people may get retrenched. Now, in that case, what we have, thought is that there should be a peace of mind for the customer. So, what our EMI assurance scheme means that suppose you buy a new car in the month of May, as we are talking about the scheme, and unfortunately, if you lose your job, then three EMIs of you will be funded by Hyundai Motor India to the financer. That means suppose you had 12 EMIs and you worked and 3 months, 4 months, you paid the EMI. When it came to the fifth EMI, suddenly there was some challenge. It could be retrenchment, it could be some issue as far as the infrastructure organization is concerned. Then those sixth, seventh, and eighth EMI will be borne by Hyundai. That means that you can continue to enjoy your car, and those 3 months are like a preparatory time for you to manage your finances, so that after some time you can start repaying back. So in a calendar year of 12 EMIs, you actually in such dire circumstances are need to pay only 9 EMIs. So 3 EMIs get waived by the Hyundai, and it is given to the finance company, because finance company will need the money, but we will pool in that money and we'll give it to. That's the nutshell of these scheme. But not only this, see, this is one of the cases because it has certain clauses in terms of job loss and other things. But even other cases, we have launched schemes like 3-month low EMI scheme, step up scheme, balloon scheme, longest duration scheme, low down payment scheme. These are also schemes which will help a person to start investing in a car, because with a low EMI scheme for the first 3 months, he has to pay a very low EMI. Then from the fourth month, the EMI will start increasing. And by that time, the finances will also come into shape. So similarly,
Right.
step up scheme, all these schemes are there which have been very, very thoughtfully designed with some of the best financiers. And that's how we have been able to give these 6 schemes to the customer. These are some learnings, as a person, when we look even today as a person working in an organization, we all can be victim of such situation. We all, somebody can lose a job. So how we can give that peace of mind to the customer and trust to the customer is something which we are working upon. And I think that's the trust and the confidence of Hyundai brand which will make people invest more and more in our products.
Thank you so much for all your brilliant responses and your in-depth answers, Mr. Anand. It's been great chatting to you, and I'm sure our viewers will enjoy the depth of information you have brought to the conversation today. So, thanks again for your time, and have a great day.
Much. I think it was a very good, the very, very in-depth question. But, I would like to, end by just saying one thing, that
Yes.
Hyundai as an organization, let's not consider that we are a car manufacturer. I think we are a mobility solution provider. We are a company whose job is to assure trust and confidence to the people. And in these times, when the people of country are looking at support, Hyundai has come forward through its various initiatives. And whether it is the central government through the PM Care Fund, where we donated 7 crore rupees, or whether it is a Tamil Nadu state government where we gave to Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Relief Fund 5 crore rupees, or whether it was the important diagnostic kits which we imported from Korea and gave it to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, 25,000 kits worth 4 crore rupees we donated to the people. And also to the frontline healthline staff, we gave masks, PPE, sanitizers, incinerators, so that they can be confident to go to the hospital and fight these challenges as far as customer and patient treatment is concerned. And not only that, vulnerable society who do not have money to make their 2 meals, we also donated dry rations in the state of Tamil Nadu, state of Delhi, so that people at least for a next 1 month can get a ration supply at their home, which they can cook and fend for their family and themselves. So I think these are some thoughts apart from our vision of being a a car manufacturer, we feel that progress for humanity and support for humanity is very important. And this is one thought which I want to leave our viewers also, that today when you see a Hyundai car, you can be sure that this car is come out of the vision of progress of humanity. This is a car which not only talks of mobility, but also talks of service to the society. And our investment and our foundation, Hyundai Motor India Foundation, is working steadfastly with all the state governments, with all bodies, to ensure that we are able to give back to the society. Because it is India which has given us this great respect in the last 24 years of our existence. On 6th of May, we celebrated our 24th Foundation Day also. So I think it is a return back to the society as a whole, so that we can also participate in the mutual growth of this country. And India and Hyundai are, one name, one country, one car manufacturer, and our society continues to one of the prime recipient of our support services. So in future also, whether it is the end of pandemic or whatever, whether it is pollution, whether it is earthquake, whether it is floods, we will always try to support the society in whatever ways it may possible. And I think that is the efforts which we have done. And I thank the government and various state governments for giving us an opportunity. And I'm sure many of the customers would have seen these endeavors which we have done, and will continue to exercise whatever is available within our gambit to see that this country becomes the strongest to emerge victorious from this pandemic situation.
That is a great message, Mr. Anand, and I think viewers will love the message. And thank you so much. Thanks again for your time today.
And I wish you and your family and everybody at your channel a very safe, experience. Please be safe, drive safe, stay safe, and be safe, and preach safety to everybody, because this is the time to take care of your family, of your friends and nearbys, and maintain social distancing. That's what I want to request everybody. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and wish you a pleasant day ahead.